Well, good day there to you fellow YouTubers and model builders. This is part 4 of the A-6 Intruder build, and I just wanted to get a video out. It's been a while since I've done a video. I haven't had a lot of time to work on this, but I've made a little bit of progress. Just want to show you the sanding that took place on here, and as you can see, there was a lot of sanding. Lots of sanding. A lot of seams and little imperfections. Now, when you sand, you lose detail, you lose panel lines, and for the most part, I was able to save a good amount. I did lose some detail on the sides, especially around the intake. I chose to have the steps up to the cockpit closed, so by sanding all that I did lose some detail, but I was able to save some. And on the other side, same thing, except that one was already molded closed, but again I still lost some detail with the sanding. And with this camera you're not going to be able to see too well in great detail, but anyway, it's coming along. Gonna be getting ready to paint it here soon. Now that I've got all this sanding done, now what I just need to do is wipe it off, clean it, get the cockpit cleaned up because it's got a bunch of dust in there. And just want to touch base on something for those of you that aren't real familiar with sanding and putting. For me, it's my least favorite thing to do when building a model, but when you get ready to do it, the best thing to start out with is a 220 grit to get it knocked down, and then I'll come in and use I forget what grade this is, if it's like a 300 or a, of course the pieces that I cut out don't have the numbers on it. Let me check here real quick for you, because if I'm gonna tell you, you might as well do it right. Yeah, 400, 600, and 360. The 360 is what I use after I'm done with the 220. I'll hit it with the 360. The purpose of the 360 and the 400 and 600, it's going to take out your scratches, because the 220 is going to scratch up the plastic really bad, and if you left it just with that, after you paint it, you're going to see all your scratch marks. So after you've hit it with the 220, you go with the 360, and it takes it down and it makes it really nice and smooth. And then as you go up higher in the numbers, I guess it's more coarse sandpaper. I don't know, I'm not a sandpaper expert, but all I know is that by going over the rest of it with these higher grade sandpapers, it takes out those scratches. It's going to hide your scratches, and it gives you a really nice paint job. So just wanted to touch base on that, because I know some viewers had questions about seams and whatnot. And with aircraft models, it's just unavoidable. And there's still, this is something else that I'm going to try. I still have some seams and stuff here that I have to putty, but I don't want to use traditional putty because I'm going to lose a lot of detail in sanding. And I want to show you something here that I'm going to try. Maybe you've heard of this stuff. It's called creative modeling clay, and I apologize, I should have been more prepared, but I just kind of do these videos on the spur of the moment, sitting around thinking, I'll make a video. This is creative modeling clay, and I use this on my ejection seat that I built, the Martin Baker. I'm going to put the camera down here for a sec. I use this on the Martin Baker ejection seat that I built, along with the balsa wood and other material. But this is creative paper clay, and you can use it on just about anything. And I'm going to use this on here with some of the seams and cracks that I really would have a hard time sanding. And once that's done, I'll show you how it turns out. But this is water soluble, so you just put it on, and with a wet finger or wet cloth, you just wipe it off, and that's it. There's no. It is sandable. It's paintable. It's very useful when doing models or scratch building. And as I was outside this morning here in Phoenix, I was outside at 5 o'clock in the morning sanding this, and I wanted to do it early before it got to 108 degrees out today, or 106, or whatever it's going to be. And it turned out really nice. I'm happy with it. I was kind of worried there because I had so much putty on there, so much sanding, but I think it's going to turn out to be okay. So the next time on part 5, I'll show you how this comes out. And I really, as I was sitting out there sanding this, I was wishing that I had used this more than I had used the traditional toluene based squadron, because it's so destructive when you have to sand. You lose so much detail. And I'm out there and I'm kicking myself, and I'm thinking, why didn't I try this stuff? So I'm gonna give it a shot here, and we'll see how it works. And maybe on the next model I do, whatever it happens to be, I'll try to do all the seam covering all the seams and cracks with this here. So anyway, this is part 4 of the A-6 build, and I'm signing off. Enjoy your model buildings, and thanks for watching. Take care, everybody.